We're back.
Hey.
Welcome to the TDX Podcast, where pop culture meets style, design, and everything in between.
It does. It really does. And I'm Danny Russo, your director of chaos, a.k.a. the ringleader of the circus.
And I'm Camille Cower. I make the circus look pretty. Well, look organized and make sure everybody knows about it. So I'm also your go-to for entertainment, beauty, and fashion, and a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Love the spot.
I love the TDX spot. Well, TDX Podcast.
Yeah.
So this one's a fun one because we both
I'm excited
love
for this.
Aesthetics.
We love aesthetics.
And I used to be an esthetician and spa director, but now I'm also a member. A true Botox. Do you want to just start divulging what we have done? Or do you want
to go ahead? I mean, I've been getting Botox since I was 27 years old. I'm not ashamed of it. I am only 22 years old. So when I started at 27, it had me age backwards. And lately I've been doing Xenamine, which is a new version. It's allegedly cleaner, almost the same thing, but I'm a regular at my esthetician.
Well, I'm a little bit late to the cause. I helped clients before me that were younger to get it done in like a preventive measure. And now I'm in my, I'll just show my face. Because I just had it done in January. I had the new stuff, the Daxify, which is like a peptide. It's supposed to last longer. So it lasted 6 months because it's not, normally this would all like be crumbling. They say black don't crack, but yeah, no, I must have a lot of non-black genes in me because it does cause some craters in there.
I got my microneedle recently and oh my God, my skin burned, but it looks really good.
Well, you had the one with radio frequency and that has the heat.
Yeah.
Because I had the vampire facial, as they call it, because it's the PRF where they take your own platinum-rich fibrin and re-put it in, but there's no radio frequency with it. So what was that like? Did you feel the heat as it was happening?
No, as it was happening, I was fine. But after it, I felt like my face was on fire. And I literally came back to work and I was like, somebody get me aloe vera. And I just slathered this blue aloe vera gel all over my face as much as I could. And they're like, go look at yourself. You look ridiculous right now. And I'm like, oh, but it worked.
What did it actually do for you? Like, what results did you notice?
Look at me. I'm like, it's made it shiny. I didn't really peel, so it wasn't a chemical peel. I'm going to get my neck done soon. But it's been, I don't know. There's this new place called Laser Way that opened up in front of my building. I became friends with the manager, and she basically called me and there's a sale and helped me to get this, that, and the other thing. And I feel like I have all these things I'm signed up for, and I don't even know what I'm going in for when I do go in. So,
you're their favorite client, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I go to Blue Water Spa. It's a med spa that's connected to a plastic surgeon. So it's not a chain, but they do have multiple locations. And I'm pretty much like, tell me what works and do it to me. Because one of the estheticians that worked there, we used to work together. And so she's always like, Camille, you should try this. Camille, you should try that. And I'm like, sign me up. Do it all. I'm going to be 50 next month. So I want to make sure the hyperpigmentation goes away with the microneedling. I've done some filler to help with the deeper lines here.
Oh, girl. I've done filler, Botox, probably some more filler somewhere.
Yeah. No, share it all. Because so many times with celebrities, which, we're on that
I just feel like I don't look like I change.
Yeah, they're like water.
Khloe Kardashian, who turned into a completely different human being in my perspective, because she was always like the bigger one. And then everybody's on Ozempic. Everybody is
on
Zepbound. Well, yeah, no, I'm not. I've been accused of being on it. And I'm like, no, I honestly, I would tell you. And even my husband was like, if Danny was on something, he'd tell you. Like
100%. And same here, because I tried something similar because I have endometriosis and they were saying it would help with endometriosis maybe. I love getting needles done to me. I do not like injecting myself, especially in your belly. Like it's the last place I want to be a push cushion. Is that the right term? And that's what I felt like. And I was like scared I was going to give myself like an air clot in there. My doctor assured me, she's like, as many people that are using this, if this could kill someone, it wouldn't be on the market. Yeah. But I was like notoriously, I'm ADHD. So I would like shake it, not thinking like, oh, you're not supposed to shake this. I'm putting air bubbles in. So it's definitely not made for me. Yeah. But, I'm very jealous of those that are on it. Because that was like one of the things Khloe said. They were like speculating what all work she had done. And she started
get CoolSculpting done.
How did that?
I did get CoolSculpting done. And it
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt.
I
Like,
don't like CoolSculpting.
I've had CoolSculpting and then I had Sculpture, which is like hot and cold. And I don't know that it worked that well. I did also get Kybella, which is basically stomach acid injected under your chin, and you have to get a minimum of 5 treatments of it. And I don't know. I remember hearing about it when it first came out. I think you could get CoolSculpting now under your face, but I've never had anything invasive done yet.
I just want to add in, as someone who used to sell CoolSculpting to people, I never felt that results were worth the price point, and it wasn't consistent, the results people get, because people expect like liposuction type reaction from something that's only going to maybe make an inch of a difference.
I do
Unless that's
remember
not
when
really
it first
enough.
came out, I was listening to Dr. Radio, and these 2 doctors were from a very high-end hospital in Boston. And they were like, for the price of CoolSculpting, it's almost the same price as getting lipo done. So I don't know.
And then even with that, you still kind of need like a facelift or a neck lift, because now where's that loose skin? It's still going to look like you have it.
That's why
my one where you get it.
My one injector, because she was like, well, you don't have that much under here, but they recommended the radio frequency facial. And then she did Botox under here, which pulled it back. And that was a good thing for me. I have a secret when it comes to design, and everybody makes fun of me because I call it Botox for pillows. And my secret, like if I'm stuffing like a sham or a throw pillow or something, I'll always put 2 inserts in, and I call that Botox for pillows.
Share more.
So,
tell us about the facelifts of homes.
I mean, well, there's all the designer tips and tricks, but when it comes to, I always say Botox for pillows, but design's always about smoke and mirrors. So we use a lot of mirrors, and a lot of us, I mean, we're on TV, we're on this, we're on that. So we have some sort of narcissism where, I mean, mirrors are always good. Mirrors make a space bigger. And I love doing mirrors and playing with reflections. And like I said, with my bedding or throw pillows, I always put in at least 2 inserts to give that pillow the extra where it looks like it's had Juvederm or filler or Botox.
All of the above. Well, that's great, because I was like, no way they iron all these things and make it all pluff, because a lot of the things I'm seeing is after the fact.
If you see a picture of a bed online or in a catalog at Restoration Hardware, that is not a real bed.
No,
that is a box spring, and they have boards under there to make everything look crisp, but no one's bed ever looks like the catalog.
No. And they do like steam it on set. I've seen them do that. But in real life, who has the time for that?
No, nobody's steaming their bedding.
Or their drapery for that matter. But one thing that I thought was interesting, because a lot of times people don't share their secrets like you share your secrets. But Khloe Kardashian, I guess there was like a plastic surgeon who was guessing what she had done. And she was underneath tagging what she had done, where she had done, this, that, and the other. And it's really appreciate that refreshing point, because a lot of times they're just like yoga,
Well, those Kardashians are tricky. I've never seen a human being look like a potato or a foot, and then all of a sudden she has a lip care line. I'm talking to you, Kylie Jenner, and you guys believe her and turn her into a billionaire with her lip kits, and her lips are not real. And you don't look going from the way she looked to that without.
Mine are real.
Well, you already.
I like to use the lip glosses that cause the tingling, so it does like make them more full. Lip plumper. I couldn't think of the word. I'm like, not filler, but yeah. And then, did you see a certain person's abs? What is his name? Drake?
I have not. But...
Oh my gosh, you have to find this picture, because he posted a picture of himself where he's like flexing in front of his bar with all these wonderful, expensive wine, which is full of carbohydrates, that there's no way you could have abs if you drink all of those things. But they're making all these jokes. It's like, oh, I guess the abs didn't come with the arms or the chest or the back, because then they showed this video of him like running the next day, and everything is jiggly and his arms do not match, and it's not cinched at the waist. It's very much like that joke where the guy puts a fence up against his belly and it looks like he has a 6-pack because he's up against a belly. I have to confess, in my pageant days, I would contour my abs so it was more defined when I was on stage. But then I was always like making a point of sucking it in whenever I had to turn. And but I never realized there was a surgery for that. But I do like that more men are also getting things done and being Well,
That's been for 20 years. I've been hearing that for 20 years that men are getting things done. And they are. And there's nothing wrong with that.
no, I mean,
Nothing at all.
women have makeup. What do you guys have? Beards?
Well, yeah, but we have makeup too. Well, I do.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
I've been using some sort of moisturizer and then these serums. But
Share more. What serums? What make?
I don't know. I just opened them up the other day. I tell you the truth. I haven't even taken them out of the boxes yet. I just saw them the other day. But
Well, your skin looks amazing.
thank you.
No, you
Thank
really
you.
look good. And even like, I know how late you work and expect for you to have like huge dark circles and no.
Well, I think that's part of the AI magic with their touch up on our recording software.
Again, sharing all the secrets.
Right,
You
exactly.
use the Zoom filters.
Yes, they do work very well. Sometimes when I move too fast, my eyebrows will move.
Oh,
Because you can darken your
have
eyebrows,
any
darken
brown.
your lips. To work? I don't know.
I don't see it.
Oh,
I remember when you like walked up away one time when we were on Zoom, and I was like, "Oh, your eyebrows are."
I toned them down.
Thank you.
I have been in braces lately, so that's where you lose a lot of weight. And people think that I haven't had my lips done in probably a year,
Mhm.
maybe a year or two, but the braces are making my lips stick out and people think I got my lips done. So I just go with it. I don't care. Yeah, braces have made me lose weight too from not eating, which everybody thinks I'm on Ozempic, which I'm not.
At least
Yeah.
you're not saying it's just yoga and Pilates.
2 rooms that people are asking for in their houses all the time now. Everybody wants a spa bathroom or a spa-like bathroom. And a lot of people are incorporating home gyms into
Ooh,
their
so awesome.
spaces. And there's all of these different equipments. I think one's tonal, Peloton, I forget what the other one is, but they're basically these fitness mirrors that come with an instructor and a video. And they're doing like body compositions and it's like all built into this mirror thing. And it's actually really cool. So at-home fitness and at-home care has been like really big. And when I say spa bathrooms, they just want everything light and airy to feel like they're in a spa. If you're a Kardashian, they're building hair salons in their houses along with spas. That's a whole nother.
Have you seen Paris Hilton's bathroom or her spa room with? She has the red
She just-
light sun.
the red light therapy.
Yeah, she has the whole thing. I just have the little hood to lay under.
She just bought Mark Wahlberg's old house, so I don't know much about her new house right now.
Yeah, me either. But her old one, she had a video. I think I can't remember if it was Lizzo or somebody. They did like a video together showing off all the different things, and she was notorious for getting a lot of treatments at her home because she had all the equipment there. Is what she was sharing. Everything,
Yeah.
but obviously no, because even probably her injectables, if she gets them done.
Oh, yeah, they come to your house.
They all come to your house. Yep. There's a lot
Yeah.
of concierge services that do that now, even here in good old North Carolina. It's available all over USA.
One of my clients slash friends has a beauty bus, and she's an aesthetic medical doctor, but she'll bring the beauty bus, which is basically just for V, and it has 2 treatment rooms where she can do facials, injectables, and
Well, I remember, did you ever watch Selling Sunset?
no.
Of course not. Well, there's an episode of
I
Selling
don't watch
Sunset.
reality TV. I am reality TV.
Fair. I like my drama on TV, not in real life. So I watch it on TV because especially messy rich people, because it's just like so entertaining. And it also puts things in perspective when dealing with certain kinds of clients, right?
That gives me a
But-
panic attack
No,
when they tell
fine.
me they want it to look like this, they want it to look like that. Okay, that's cool.
Tell you the story.
Okay, sorry.
It's funny. Trust me, you'll love it.
Okay.
Picture this. A real estate agent is having an opening for a new place, and she pairs it with champagne and Botox. So you come there, you don't even have to pay anything because these are high quality clients. They're
Yeah.
not, and they're getting the Botox while they're looking at homes. I was like, talk about efficiency.
I mean, you always need something to get people to show up to an event. Like, I always would tease people because there's people that I know that will show. I go, if you invite them, they'll show up to anything. They show up to the opening of an envelope if you invited them. But like to get me to go to an event, you got to be doing something. It's got to be high end alcohol. If somebody was saying they're having a Botox party, I'm going to suggest that for the next NKBA meeting. Like,
Even
if
if
you want to
it's
get people
flip.
there, yeah, I got that done the other day too. I don't know if I flipped.
I normally get it done, but it wears out so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I
But-
used to be a smoker.
Fantastic.
Now only our homes are smoking, right?
I love how you have this. Well, we get scripts done here, and I have the Kardashian confessions, both confessions spelled with a K.
Yeah, right. Because, well, I have
Did we ever find out, is Kim's ass real? I was watching
I
something
highly
about that
doubt
the
it.
other day. I saw a clip and they were saying that I think it was an older Kardashian episode where they were going to make her get an x-ray to see if her butt was real. And I'm like, I just lost track. I
Well,
can't.
I don't know much about x-rays, but they don't always show all kinds of tissue. So maybe it wouldn't even show up in the kind of machine she had to do that. But the way she acts or the way she walks like the ant from A Bug's Life, I highly doubt that's natural. Although I've never really watched the show, but I tried to watch it one time because I was like, all right, let me see what all the fuss is about. And as soon as
I
I
have
saw her
to.
turn and try to walk, I was like, nope, she looks like she's got a diaper and an ant booty. I can't,
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
that bad karma talking or thinking badly about someone.
With everything coming out now, you can do AI. We do AIs for the home with our like floor plans. You can do it to your face. They have automatic try on with Warby Parker glasses. We do the same thing with sofas and stuff. But it's like,
And
I
way
mean,
more.
you can do it. Yeah, you can see your face change with what you're going to do to it. And I just think it's just been an amazing, I don't know, it's an amazing time to be alive. And I mean, the world that we live in, I guess.
Well, it's a great way they can really see before they buy and you can move because I've seen the different renderings you guys are doing. One of the joys of being the brand strategist is that I get to see a sneak peek behind the scenes because I love a behind the scenes moment.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can change out the rugs, you can change out the lighting, like without having to actually physically change all of that or ordering it, send it back.
Oh, yeah.
How much easier has that made your life and for clients even?
It streamlined our process and made it so much easier because we could see it, what the room's going to look like before it's done. I don't know, it's great. But you can do it. I think they do it in like, I'm not sure, but the makeup places, Sephora, I think you can like go in front of a camera and it'll apply makeup to you and all kinds of stuff. But like even Facetune, you could do it on that too, I think. So it's like really interesting.
You can always see
In
your
my
best.
mind.
Well, that's one thing. Like I've heard people will go into their med spas and say, I want to look like this filter. And the doctor's like, or the nurse, I'm not a magician, but with you, they can say, bring their Pinterest board, be like, hey, I want my house to look like this. And you can deliver the big
Exactly.
difference. Yeah, which is really impressive.
It's a different world that we live in. I know that.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about this in the last episode where you were saying how you guys had to draw everything out and use watercolor. And I was thinking about it back in the day when we had newspapers on a regular basis, like how they used to have to draw out all the sales ads and this, that, and the other. Like, well, now nobody really buys newspaper, but the digital space is just, it's creating new opportunities for people.
It is. Lots of people don't even realize the opportunities that it is creating. It's also gaining a lot of jobs, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows?
I mean, we'll always need trades, though. You're always going to need people to put up wallpaper, to
True.
install rugs, to do the plumbing, contractors.
Yeah.
And that's the other part, like working with a designer, you guys already know the top quality people to work with, like even with moving and putting furniture together. Share a little bit about that.
I mean, I've spent years curating and developing relationships with my clients, with my vendors, with my contractors, and they take care of me. So there's a lot of people when they're hiring a contractor, you sometimes don't know what you're going to get. When you're working with a Daniel Russo home contractor, they're vetted, they're insured, they're licensed. We know exactly who they are, what they're doing, and we know exactly what the outcome is going to be. And that's very rare today. And I've heard so many stories about contractors running off of people's money. I've heard of contractors that have come in and done subpar work, cut corners. But when you're working with Daniel Russo Home, we know our wallpaper installers, we know our vendors, we know everybody that we have connections with. And when you're working with a designer, guess what? So we'll say this part. You do get pushed to the front of the line, and designers always take priority over the public because of the amount of work that we do with each different vendor and contractor. So yeah, it's a lot. A lot of people don't know what goes into it and how much we vet clients and how much goes into the back end of any kind of design.
One of the clients you worked with where it was like literally from the ground up, there were so many different details you thought of that each person wouldn't realize, or even the architect might cut some corners, but because you're there, you're thinking of a design space, like how this will actually function, like what's
That was the
really
Ware cabin project where the ceilings on the top floor were going to be basically, they were only going to be about 7 feet tall, and the house was about 3 feet too short in each direction. So we actually expanded the footprint of the house before they started construction. Thank God we realized that, because the house would have just been so bad and so far off. But luckily we caught it beforehand. Call the designer first.
No,
And while I love architects,
yes.
architects are not designers, and they have very concrete thinking. So they're not open to a lot of things. I had an architect tell me that wallpaper would ruin a project, and it was so out and all this stuff. And he was so off base because this was in 2011, and wallpaper's been back and we've been using it everywhere. And it's funny. So we try to partner with our contractors, with our architects, and work with them to help them expand on their visions and make them think a little bit outside of the box so that the project does turn into something special.
I mean, expect the unexpected with Danny Russo home.
Yes.
Oh, this has been another great informative episode. What do you think?
I love it. Make
Yeah.
sure you're following. Camille's our new brand strategist, and she's running our social media for Danny Russo and Daniel Home. You can follow her as well. She has the E-Spot with Camille, where she has some amazing guests talking about entertainment. And you're actually one of the first people, when I tell these stories to people, that all the things that I've been on, I have my resume memorized. I've been on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, the CW, ESPN. And they're like, wait, ESPN? And I'm like, ESPN in Raleigh, North Carolina with Camille Cower. So you never know where we're going to show up.
Definitely not. But we're always on the cutting edge.
Yeah, we are. But yeah,
Okay,
follow
make
us. I
sure-
love having these podcasts. I love doing them. I've been so behind this year. And now since we got you on board and we have our new designers on board, we've been kicking through some great stuff.
So you got to stay tuned. Keep up with
Yes.
us because you never know where you might see next or what great tips Danny's going to share next to make sure your home has the latest, greatest, and has a little facelift and double pillows action going as well. So make sure you like, comment, share with friends, and
Yes.
we'll be back again with another episode soon. All right.
I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Happy designing.